gaming and how many friends I've made through this game.
Thank you for everyone who believed in me, because I honestly didn't really believe in myself.
It's going to be so fun. I love it.
It's awesome. Thanks, Fortnite.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jonesies, Bonesies, and everyone in between. My name is Sundown, and you're watching the Fortnite World Cup Online Open week number 9. Yes, week 9 already, which means it is the final week of the solos competition. We have already seen Europe, Oceania, Asia, and now Brazil wrap up. We're going to get into the final moments of NA East, and I'm going to need some amazing casters to bring us to the conclusion. It's going to be Dr. Lupo and Zikamus Prime. Gentlemen, take us away.
You'd think after long enough, walking out from the same section would lose its pizzazz, but it's true. It's not the case. Still feels good every time. Zeke, welcome. We get to finish NA East, dude. It's the craziest region in terms of big names.
Sure. I'm still just baffled that Sundown called me an amazing caster. I mean, with an accolade like that, what else do I need? Let's hop into these games as amazing casters would. Here we go, though. Like you said, man, this is the tail end of NA East. And again, Fortnite fam, if this is your first time tuning in, maybe, you've been with us in and out. Guys, this is it. The final week of solo competition. 9 minutes, almost 10 here left on the clock for these players to queue up. This is it, Lupo. This is literally these players' last opportunity to qualify and punch your ticket to the finals. Now, don't forget, we have 1 week left that has been moved, all right? And that will be the final duo week. But right now, it's all about solos.
Remember, too, with that adjustment in scheduling comes a doubling of prize. $2 million on the line this week and the following week, that final week, the 20th and the 21st, in case you're checking your calendars. Appreciate Epic making a solid call there. You don't want to schedule multiple cool events simultaneously. Make sure everybody can watch and play, etc. Top of your screen there, and then we've seen multiple times climbing the leaderboard. Hogman squeaking outside that box on the left side. Meanwhile, Phenom here in front of you, pushing forward. On up 28 points right now. 2 eliminations, halfway full on materials, and the all-powerful tactical shotgun in the inventory. At this point, that's a joke in comparison. Honestly, so many people, especially in competitive, favor the combat shotgun because its ability to hit at range favors accuracy, and the ability to ADS, aim down sights, for those that are not aware what the acronym stands for, do just a little bit extra damage as everything kind of, accuracy is increased, everything's pushed together, the spread is not as severe. Shots from the outside here, a quick little tap. Lauden goes down. Phenom picking up a 3rd elimination.
That was a great ramp, there to mount a little bit of a defense. He saw the player, he eliminated the player, someone else saw him eliminate the player. I was trying to find a better way of saying that, but I was like, let's just go for it. And then,
I respect the attempt.
I appreciate it. Got to try sometime. What's crazy? I think this is the first time we're seeing Sunny Steps today as one of these final ending zones. Now, don't forget, guys, top 25 is that placement threshold. 15, 5 is the victory out, or all the additional ones as well. And every elimination is a point. So Dr. Lupo, these guys, we can't stress this enough. Like I said earlier, this is the final few moments. Everything they do is going to affect the standings, right? If they eliminate a player,
100%.
if they get eliminated, maybe they make a bad call or a bad trade, it's going to directly impact the standings.
On top of that, you can see big shifts in placement. Might come down to the point where some player may or may not qualify because of a single mistake. 1v1 that's lost, that kind of situation. Red Sprite on the outside. Graska finding 2 eliminations. The second to follow through is on Tilt. Pushing up the ramp here. We're in the top 25 now. Placement points going out for everybody. 41 points. Enough to put Graska closer to the top 10. Love to see that. Campfire down to the probably the only time that might be this safe. Even then, not very safe. It's multiple players. Blind pressure shots squeaking through the walls. Graska's forced to turbo build. Try and save himself and a chance to heal up on that. Campfire, you saw High Sky rotating next to Graska. Making it out just barely by a hair. 52 HP is enough for a combat shot out of midair to cause Graska to have to go back to the lobby. 52 builds left and both minis popped. 102 HP, just kidding. 152, maybe 200 in a second here. We'll see. Graska trying to find another Elim. Quick edit back down into his own build. Pushing forward in the outside rotation in front of his opponent's box. Owning as many of the surfaces as possible. Really, really solid heads-up play there. Phenom out by the storm because of damage dealt just moments ago. Top 15, top 13 now as Graska picks up more placement points and the eliminations from the previous opponents.
Now don't forget, Dopeye is up above him. Down below is Shaz, and look here on the lowest ground, players being eliminated. High Sky there as well, and look at the Rift just sending players into the sky. So now Graska's not on the highest ground tarp, so he's got to make a decision. Do I, the guy on the top, Dopeye, is going to be looking up because anyone could try and potentially contest high ground. So now he's probably going to turn his attention down below. He could go for the contest and try to overtake high ground, but right now, man, again, when every single interaction matters, it's better to just wait it out. Try and get those placement points
100%.
first, and then go for elims, right?
Seeing a slightly lower average score right now. Everybody in here, Statsy goes down.
All right.
Odri on the outside. Quick push there from Graska. E11 feeling real good about their recruitment right now. We've said that about Ghost, FaZe, and a number of other teams in the past, but right now, Graska definitely putting on a good show. E11 doing an excellent job, feeling good about all their players.
Oh, look at that. Up on the high ground, Graska goes for the contest, and he overtakes, man, words, what's going on with me today? Overtakes Dopeye up on the high ground, and look at this dude. He's dropped into critical HP. He's just got to bail on the entire situation. It's like, Graska, my bad, man. I didn't know it was your high ground.
Sorry about that. Good to go now.
Almost here. Top 5, Lupo getting close.
80 damage there. Graska looking to follow through. So pick up an elimination. Going to double layer above. You want to keep ownership of as many surfaces above as players are rotating. Look at that shot. That's exactly why. Takes ownership of the ceiling. Quick edit. Shaz goes down. 4 players remaining. 8 elims right now for Graska. Big game. Victory Royale or not. We'll see here in a second. Dopey on the ultimate low ground. 30 HP, it looks like. Trick and Nyko King fighting it out. The same tarp, the same box. Nyko King drops out just before getting the elim and actually goes down himself. Trick going down to Graska. It's a 1v1 with Dopey with no builds, 29 HP. Here we go. The shots from above. Constant pressure is all it's going to take as this is Graska's game to win. Imagine a loss right now. Yeah, right. It couldn't be me. And Graska takes it home.
Very well executed from him. Just identifying, when to go for the high ground retake. Obviously, you want high ground heading into these later circles, but you got to know when to do it. Because if you just go aggressive and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to challenge this guy. Often at times, it's met with a combat shotgun to the face.
Timing is everything. Timing is absolutely everything. If you like you said, if you have a player that pushes up at the wrong time, maybe that player that has the ultimate high ground is already aware of everything that's going on. Could literally have a bead on you from above. Maybe you flint knock up, maybe you redeploy. Yeah. Anything. You're putting yourself in a shot in a position that basically says, "Please shoot me out of the air." Have this elimination. Excellent gameplay there. By the way, if you are on NA East, we are in the last 3.5 minutes of queue time. Get the games in or that's a big misstep. Why would you not? Just do it.
I mean, especially if you have extra games, just hop in and go for those elimination games or throwaway games as sometimes we refer to.
If it's your last one, though, definitely play it all the way out for placement.
Yeah.
So important.
Absolutely.
To pick up extra points there. See the mark for the circle. I mentioned that earlier. Very kind of cool that we can see that from this view. Karoo from the Twitter gang, or I'm not sure.
I think that just means he's Karoo on Twitter.
I just love all the different prefixes and stuff people put in their names. The smiley faces at the end. is goated, spams L2.
I will not lose.
Love it. Love this
Billion
hit.
of them. Picks up air cool there in the crossfire. Now he knows someone else is close. Luxior as well going to get picked up, and someone's going to send Stinks RPGs the likes over Karu's way. But look at all this free loot. I believe that is a Chug Jug as well. I mean, I feel like if you're going to go ahead and dedicate the 10 seconds for the Meg, yeah, just take the extra 5.
Chug. Why are you not using the Chug?
Listen,
Drew, why are you not using the Chug, bro?
It's, you know, maybe he's just feeling a little bit of pressure here from things around him. Remember, we have more, I guess, like insight on this just because we can see more. We have more information than Karu does in this game. So
I feel like he's got to have the audio cues to know that no one is around him, or at least no one's going to pressure. The only thought could be, is there someone maybe 1-2 layers up with a heavy snipe, someone that could drop into this box and apply pressure when I'm not really expecting it.
Yeah.
But he was already at such high HP and shield. Look, he's even standing still right now. This is just so you know at home. Look at that. That wasn't even a spectate issue. That was literally he sat there and did nothing.
yeah, I mean, at that point, you might as well have just taken the Chug. And just leave it behind. You know, listen, it's okay.
Leaving it behind now makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a chance to use that, but not using the Chug in that moment feels like a misplay. It's all right, though. Hopefully,
very
Karu can
well
figure this out.
could come back to bite him. But look, if he gets a siphon, he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
You know?
I believe
that might be what he's banking on. It's like, look, let's just go for the
He
siphon.
knows. He read the script, right? He knows that this is about to be an Elam for him. Joke, by the way, internet, Reddit, please. There's no actual script. Kidding. 30 players left. We'll get a top 25 soon. Karu just rotating around inside this baller, not putting too much pressure on anybody. You don't want to make yourself a target and make anybody frustrated. You break their builds, that kind of thing. You know they're going to lash back. Kaleber in the feed, pick it up. Elam on Tandy. Players in the ultimate high ground stills. Karu's rotating this ball. He's not the only one, though, as you see a swarm of ballers in front.
Right here on the edge of top 25. And this is what we're going to see, right? Everyone's slowing down their game. Justin, unfortunately, going to be edged out right there at the end. And this is probably when you wanted to, this is the least optimal time to be eliminated, right? Right on the edge of top 25.
Because the heartbreaking, because you wasted 20 minutes getting to top 26, and then you get popped. Whoever you see in the feed next, oh, there it is. I believe it was Swifty Slides goes down. Very sad.
Yeah, if you jump into a game and you're eliminated like 86, maybe pick up an Elam or two, you're like, you know what? No big deal.
Bad.
I hopped in.
Good use of time.
Yeah, but if you hop in like that and you get eliminated, it's rough.
Right now, not the best. I guess the last game, too, not a huge deal because you know that we're going to get another one in. But this is a lot of players. Styles on Gek all the way to the bottom of your screen, falling outside of the zone. Probably going to go down 2 storm damage. On your screen were the point schemes, how to get points, placement, and eliminations. Very important. Percently, 0 elims, 101 builds. 17 left, looking all the way up top. Pushing his way back up. Player inside. A lot of baller play in here. You got to remember, too, they feel like if you mess with one baller, you're going to get the whole swarm. So you got to be careful because there's going to be a lot of people flying around you. Gal all the way to the top. Zakep, NA East out of time for queuing. Bugabot dropping in as well. Sebi goes down. Animal pick up that elimination.
You know, I feel like at this point, because there's so many ballers rolling around, like you just gotta crack them. Yeah, there goes one.
Speaking of, Animal forced out of the ball are gonna have to build up and tarp out at the level here, which is kind of tough because there's nothing else connecting what he's built in on, unless somebody connected from above, which they may have. We'll see here. Good chance to farm up a little bit of tree. Get some wood there. He's only at 331. Might as well pick up as much as he can. Move forward and build out towards the front of the safe zone, boxing up and looking back inside for an opportunity to take shots. Awareness here, extremely important. As a player in a potential top 10 of the board situation, you want to look for every chance you have to pick up even just one Elam. Even a tag on a player that may go down to the storm, because that will count as a point too. You have that 60-second window. Recent patch changes, changing the way that players are playing. Shots through the window, big hit there, finds Briggs, an elimination. 8 remaining. That's the second one for Animal.
He finds himself a combat as well. Now, he did not pick it up. I don't think he realized. Unfortunately, he's going to be caught off guard there a little. Unfortunately, when you happen to, in those situations where you're trying to rapidly pick up loot, you're just going to drop a few things that you don't mean to, and that's kind of what we saw, unfortunately. But look at all the spread of people here, Lupo. Everyone's, like, Percently's basically in the stratosphere right now. Just now deciding, let me rejoin everyone down below, playing Fortnite. Mooncakes gets picked up in the crossfire. Now it's only top 5.
Let me join everyone playing Fortnite down below. I'm playing a different game up in the sky. Bersentley and Jen now on the ultimate high. Tendons in the mid, and one player, I believe, floating in right now. It's Crazy Ken dropping in. If Bersentley doesn't look up very soon, it's going to be scary immediately. Nope, Crazy Ken going to go down to the Storm. Tendons in the ultimate low. Bersentley has the HP advantage, and it does pay off big as the Storm takes Tendons out. And that's a victory royale, a 1 elimination victory royale. 11 points is still big.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because like in games like that where you have the 1 elimination and the 10 points from the victory royale, it's kind of like, you know, you could have gone for more, but it's 11 points.
11. Look at it this way: 1 elimination and 26th. That's 1. 1 elimination and a win. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Still got the victory royale. It all adds up. Meanwhile, Symphony, a name we've seen maybe once or twice. Wink. Very well-known player here. 40 remaining. Good to see everybody making an opportunity to sneak their way out onto the main stage here in NA East. If you're just tuning in, we're coming up towards the end of these NA East games. The last week for solo qualifiers, week 9 here. It's been 5 of them total. So if players do not qualify solo today, they do not qualify solo at all for New York City.
That's right, man. Only 1 week of duo competition as well. It's crazy that
it's the last minute. That's why I think these are the highest tension games, and that's why I think players are putting on an excellent performance. Shots here, the infantry rifle. Oh my gosh! Nylon
is bad aim.
Beamed out of midair. Symphony showing that he does have the good aim, that good that you want.
You know, man, this is such a great point, though, in that, like, because this is coming down to the final few games, right? This final 10, either 10 games or 3-hour window to play in, you're just going to see people play very different, right? Like, maybe someone's more aggressive, but you're trying to say, look, I need to play for placements. I got to at least hit top 25. Then I go for eliminations, right, to maximize my time. Maybe someone plays very, very defensively, so much so that we saw, like, last game, they only got the 1 elim, but still the 11 points, it's huge.
Yep.
But if you only get 1 elimination, you're eliminated, like, top 25, it's only 4 points, and that's where, again, we talk a lot about, you know, time management, game management, knowing when to be aggressive, when not. It all comes into play.
You have to realize, too, I've seen a little bit of this on Twitter from a number of different personalities in the Fortnite community. People are talking about how once the 20th and the 21st goes by, once the 10th week of competition is done, if you have to realize that 2.5 months straight of people literally non-stop grinding, non-stop practicing, scrimmage games left and right all day, that's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of stress on a lot of these players, and so a good decompression period. I honestly look forward to it for a lot of the people that are out here. People that will not qualify can look forward to what's next from Epic. Bomb shot down midair, but there is a lot of stress right now because you're down the last 2 weeks. So people, I think, are a little more punishing in their own gameplay, a little less forgiving on mistakes they make themselves. So once this is done, you get a good reset period for people that have qualified, a mental break, just for a little bit. But then you gotta stay serious after that, get back into it, because New York City is just around the corner. Coming up in the late July, it's gonna be a big time for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy, you know, to be eliminated and maybe not qualify or what have you, and get very down on yourself and down on your skills. But at the end of the day, you got to remember, these players are top 3,000 in their region. They are here for a reason. All their hard work, things like that. That Spizzle of all people, right there on the edge of top 25 as well. You hate to see it, but, you know, man, at the end of the day, you just got to remember that you're here for a reason. You're an incredible player, and there's always going to be more opportunities in the future.
Thanks, Zeke. I knew I was incredible, but hearing it from you helps quite a bit. Your placement positions right there in the top right of your screen. Oceania, Asia, Brazil, 1 apiece. 8 for Europe, 6 for NA East, 2 for NA West. And if you're a real gamer out there, you're putting something big out, you want to see a cool clip, anything like that, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Tag us on Twitter, Zeke specifically.
Oh, man, I love when people post things. I love interacting with the community. It's a lot of fun. What?
There's good people out there.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Just like the Sneaky Bro art, they sent us the artwork as well. I mean,
the Fort 9?
The Fort 9, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, inside this box, doing non-stop work. Guys takes Dr. Football out, pushing up. Hornet the ultimate high ground. Looking down from above. Thwyfo. No shield and trying to rotate forward. Vivid from Liquid, another player we've kept our eyes on previously. I actually caught a clip of Vivid flying off the map earlier in a quad. You got to be real careful with those, bud. You got to be real careful with those. 15 players left. Placement points out for everybody involved. Kez still inside this box. Down to 28 shield tags from the back. Gonna have to wall off and protect himself. Drop in there. The baller causing a bit of a ruckus. Shot from the side. Symphony catches him inside a box. Campfire goes unused. Symphony 10 bandages for a late game heal off if needed. I guess pick it up. J-Storm Tyler's in the feed. 12 players remaining. And if you're at home wondering why we try and commentate a majority of what you see on your screen in relevant times like this, because there are players that, spectators that won't be able to watch the stream, people that are potentially blind that enjoy listening to Fortnite. Just keep that in mind when we're talking about everything that happens here. 9 players, 8 players left. This is Lucky from Tempo, already qualified, but does go down to Thwyfo. 8 players left now. Symphony building up at a shot from above. Gotta watch out for those layers. A quick double edit, a reset, and a build. Overtakes ultimate high ground. Quick shot in the sky, can't do it. Dropping it back on in. The re-challenge for ultimate high ground. Shots in the outside. Symphony down to 19 HP. He's gonna have to branch out, defend up, and watch the storm. 2 ticks of the storm is gonna spell the end for him. Chance from the ultimate high ground. He's got it all by himself now. 4 GG in the mid ground. Hornet, Thwyfo goes down. Hornet, Davon in the ultimate low. 4 players left, and they're all on your screen on the left side. Symphony, no builds remaining. Has the 10 bandages. Won't have a chance to tick him. Here we go, 9 HP. He had to take
no
one
build.
tick. Oh! Trying to find it. Hornet, 1v1. Hornet, Davon on the outside. A build off the last second. 52 builds remaining. Can't quite see how much his opponent has. 1 mini, and excellent timing in the pop there, but this wall is gonna peel him off.
You gotta go for the fight. You have to go for the fight. It's gonna be over.
Push it forward. No, he made it back in. He actually didn't even make it back in. Hornet ticked out before it even became relevant. Solid victory royale. The last second there. What a tough spot, that plateau.
Yeah.
A flat-facing wall on the plateau. Basically said, you guys got to fight it out, or you got to build real quick. Crank those 90s. Get back in the safe zone. But it didn't matter in the end. HP ended up being the deciding factor.
That's right. A great game over there on NA East. And Symphony, he did place third in that game. It came down to having no materials, but he was playing out of his mind there, going on that spree. Just the way he was navigating the builds there was just incredible. Mad props to him. But like you said, man, next game, more Fortnite action on deck.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Brooks got his back.
There you go.
Cosmic here. Shots through. Finds Mojo inside the box.
Completely, okay. Remember this in your head. Have you ever seen people, instead of Mojo, they do O-J-O-M, and it's an elephant? Did you ever?
No, that sounds adorable, though.
Right? Every time I see Mojo, I think of that elephant.
Elephant?
Yeah.
Why is that so? Please pull that up on your phone. That sounds adorable.
I'm going to just type it out.
Elephant for my name.
Hashtag Fortnite World Cup, all right?
Figure out how to make a kitty cat.
O-J-O-M. Just send that to us. See, it's like a little elephant. You got the 2 eyes, the little trunk, and the little body.
I love the internet.
There you go. The more you know.
21 players left. Cosmic building up, trying to take that open high ground. Not inside the safe zone yet. Seeing the minimap, that little white arrow spinning around. That is Cosmic right now. Accidentally shoots his own ramp. A little bit of a misclick. No big deal.
No big deal.
As the launch pad has 2 shadow bombs, so rotation is possible. On top of that, in case something does drop out from underneath, has the redeploy as well. Let's see here if that's something that comes into play. Shots on players rotating. This is exactly what he was waiting for. A lot of whiffs, but no big deal. Again, look at the amount of ammo too. 988 small rounds. Put a minigun in Cosmic's hands, he's still going to be able to hold the trigger down the entire game, assuming that it didn't overheat.
Right.
That's right there. You saw a window edit in the center of your screen for just a second. You got to be careful with those.
Ooh, someone popped the supply drop. It's going to drop down.
Put a rocket in the supply drop. Oh, by the way, Caden in the feed taking Dubs out. Big elimination there.
That's got to do wonders for your confidence. To be able to shut down someone like Dubs, you're like, oh man, I feel like I can make more happen in this game. Man, Cosmic's way up here though. He is way up here. He's got the glider deploy, so he's completely fine, but yeah, he's up there for sure. Top 15 is the next threshold.
It's surprising me. No one's
even contesting it.
Oh, there we go, right there. A couple shots back out in the storm wasn't enough to break it down just yet, and he's seeing that. Cosmic deciding to continue to apply pressure. Can't quite pull it off. Again, no big deal. Has the redeploy. Going to fly on past. Some shots come out from players on the move. Oh my gosh!
Truly
I thought
punishing.
he was fine. Just kidding. Cosmic beamed out of midair.
That is so rough. Don't forget the glider redeploy has a slower glide time.
It does.
So it makes you way more vulnerable in the sky. You want to wait until right before you hit down on the ground and then deploy it.
Honestly, not even that. I think the play there was shadow bomb on the way down, prevent fall damage, and just rotate through. Instead, he went for the redeploy. Obviously, hindsight's always 20/20.
I was literally going to say that.
In the moment, that was the choice that he made. It ended up being not the right one, which is too bad. Back to the lobby. And actually no more Q there. Key times are done. Don't forget that.
Right.
Shots. Zizzle goes down.
Yeah,
it finds one.
It's always easier for us to be like a little more critical because again, like we just have all of the information here in front of us.
Plus, we're the ultimate gamers, so
I mean, I am not. You are for sure.
Everyone
not me.
knows that.
Everyone does know that. But yeah, sometimes we tend to be a little bit more critical, but you know, we mean it with, of course, the most love because we love Fortnite as much as the player.
Let me say this too. Anybody that listens in on commentary, if you hear us talk about your gameplay and we say something that may be perceived as negative, let me tell you with 100% without a doubt, you are better than me. Don't worry. That being said, I can see things that you can't right now. And because of that and my ability to commentate the game, I have the opportunity to say things about your mistakes. Sorry. Don't worry. I hear it from a lot of people every time I mess up in stream. It's all good. 14 players left. Trick FN pushing forward. I did see the man, the myth, the legend, Yogurt Fart in this game as well, so you got to keep your eyes out for that. Big set of plays potential.
The names. Here we go.
Yep, Yogurt Fart actually
there he goes. Finds an elimination over on Tasky, and we've been in top 15, right? So now we have another round of placement points. This is where going from top 15 to top 5.
Ooh.
That error margin, much bigger. Benji gonna picked up here by Trick. A second one over on Face Maxi. Wow, let's go, Trick.
Set of eliminations there. Trick has a chance to keep this going a little bit longer if he wants to. Opts not to, but he is positioned against that mountain edge. Quick window edit and shots before that player can use the launch pad and try and get the heck out of there. Trick moving forward, gonna buy. And still not in the safe zone.
Yeah.
Keep moving. You notice here saving materials just a little bit, not walling off because he knows he's on the ultimate low ground.
Oh no, Lupo, the side of the mountain. It's Father Mountain. Look, Trick has to go right now. Cadden is going to
do is crank 90s, brother.
Yeah, you just got to go up right now. And look,
actually, it's fine. Trick caught a player on rotation. Stretch is gone. The edge of the storm here. And he's actually...
Where do we go from here? Where are we going from here?
We'll find out in 3 seconds. 6 players left. We're looking at the last possible rotation for a lot of people here. Player peeking down from above. Maybe a chance to take shots. We're going to the northwest. He's actually totally fine. Big luck there for Trick. 6-3 builds, down to the last second shot.
Oh!
Colorful from the top 10.
There was also a launch pad. Did he get it?
He did not, but at this point, this late, probably not a big deal. 3 players left. Shiga, Caden takes shots, sandwiched between 2. Trick got to drop down and apply pressure, says, Shiga, you can wait on the ultimate high ground. I'm going to pick up this elimination, the HP and shield from that. Some materials, Trick down to 8.
Man.
And that's that. Fall damage. You see that? Shiga just jumped right on in.
He probably ran out of builds. Listen,
you know, at the end of the day, slid down the edge of the mountain.
That's what probably would have been the better play there. But at the end of the day, he lands the ultimate Trick shot. Back over to Sundown in the studio. Sundown, what you got for us, friend?
What I don't have is bad jokes like that because he didn't even fire a shot. So well done from Trick there to ride that one out. Good victory royale. I'm here with Monster D. We're going to take a look at some of the gameplay that happened in that last block real quick. Let me hop on up here and let's break these plays down.
Yeah, we got a lot going on here, and the player to look out for, E11 Graska. These E11 boys have been on a rampage, and we just want to highlight how much of a rampage these guys have been just going on. Graska in specific here, you'll see a nice string of elims kind of coming out of him using shadow bombs, just keeping it super technique and super textbook. And I just want to talk about his mentality because I follow him on social media. He is the type of player that wants to improve week after week, and that's what we've seen from his early placements around the 60th, and we've seen as high as 14th with this duo, Daxter. So they are just out of contention. Anyone in that upper top 20th kind of bracket as either a solo or a duo team have what it takes to kind of seal the deal here in these final moments. And this is just a solo competition. Take a look here. But remember, he's going to be another player to look out for next week as well. So keep your eyes on them as, again, just wrapping things up. You saw just a little bit of Trick in the previous game. He wrapped up the likes of him. And look at this. 50 points, right? Trick was in about 55. This win right here puts him back up. That's a 4-point swing, and that puts him at about 54 last we saw. So Graska's in a running. Now another look, Kez, same thing, same situation, same deal here. GA Kez putting on a show here, showing that the combat follow-up just swift. No time for hesitation. The reaction speeds are clean. The mechanical skill is here. So not just European players showing up here, Sundown. It's NA as well. NA East here making a big run throughout the evening here. And just super clean.
Super clean from Kez, indeed. Not just Europe who has put on a show. Every single one of our regions so far have been absurdly close. Like, we quite literally haven't seen a week like this so far. We are going to get back into the very final matches. NA East is so absurdly close. I cannot wait to see who takes away one of those last 6 spots. But we're going to go right on over back to Lupo and Zeke.
Thank you, Sundown. I appreciate you. And I do appreciate every region. Europe, NA East, NA West, Oceania, Asia, Brazil. Y'all some gamers. Keep that up. Don't change. All right? A lot of people working like crazy to try and qualify for the Fortnite World Cup in New York City. Those finals are going to be insane, by the way. Look forward to that. And let me just say, too, going through this, I can't think of anything in my career thus far that I've put more time and energy into than casting Fortnite events. Like, the amount of dedication from everybody on the production team to go into this, I hope that we have all done what they would consider an excellent job thus far, because this has just been a blast, and I hope we're putting on we're representing the players that we have a chance to commentate over accurately. I hope they all feel the same way about what we've done thus far. 8 spades here on your screen. Top, middle there. Abe taking a chance to just pop a little bit of a mini. Got a metal tunnel underneath with another player down below. A quick stink toss. Pressure being applied. These fly-ins there. Symphony top of your screen, but Baldy, player we've seen a number of times. The flintlock in hand.
Ooh. All right.
Epic AR and a rare combat shotgun.
This is the loadout you want.
Oh yeah, this is big value. Because he has 2 campfires, 6 minis. He's got the turret in case he gets ultimate high ground and he needs something to just connect back for 1,000 HP. It's a big value right there. Typically I say, very rarely do we see players utilize the, we'll say the pew-pew mechanic of the turret. Right
sure.
there, shots. Five goes down, a big pickup, first elimination for Baldy, 49 points. But yeah, the loadout is excellent right now. It kind of covers everything that he's going to need in any given moment right now. Poach from Liquid, smack to the bottom of your screen. A lot of players that have been in the top 10 multiple times popping up right now. Air Cool, Spades all the way at the ultimate high ground. 38 players remaining. And climb our way all the way back to the top. The launch pad out. Good rotation right now. The later you get into a game, the less value a launch pad has, because unless you're going to ramp up above and use it with the horizontal trajectory, which, don't get me wrong, is very, very good. But if you're trying to go for verticality, which, by the way, a player lands in the same box, a quick trap, it's not going to go down, but Zlem still pays the price for trying to challenge Spades for ultimate high ground. Might not be the last one either. Oh my gosh, the number of players flying around above is insane. Spades, can he follow through? Can indeed. K-Dude goes down on his own launch pad again. Sorry, that got ridiculous. But the late game launch pads, they lose value because the more time you spend in the air, the more opportunities other players have to take shots at you as the storm starts to close. Spades sharing the wall with the other player, gotta be careful. A box up and keep on rolling.
You could be cheeky with the launch pads too, utilizing that ramp to just give you like that forward momentum instead.
All right, I propose a challenge to anybody out there.
Ooh.
You set up a launch pad with the angle that shoots an opponent player into a box filled with your own traps. I will PayPal you $50 because that would be ridiculous.
There you
Imagine
go.
just whoosh, right in.
Like they go flying, they hold forward, and they're like, wait, that's a box.
Spades,
Oh,
last
no.
second.
That was
Barely made it in. 3 HP. He's got to stay just ahead of the storm.
Anyone could just breathe in his direction.
This is one of those moments where you're thinking,
Okay.
I need to find a spot that
Or
I
a
can
siphon.
sit and watch for an elim. This might be the one. The campfire is what gives it away right now. Spades deciding to push forward, rotate around to the bottom. A shot behind the corner at it. Not enough. And he finds them down underneath. Big attempt from Spades. 3 seconds to squeak it in. 50 points right now for Spades. We're the top 25 now. Hornet all the way in the ultimate high ground, it looks like. took it with a baller, which you don't see too often. Kind of a risky play unless you have something like a Shadow Bomb, which Hornet does have. Drop it down, stand inside the safe zone. Takes a lot of ticks to the Storm, and that's the time for a slurp.
Yeah.
Big value slurp.
Big value slurp, but don't forget, it does take quite a while. It's 1 HP a second. He's got a long time before he's back in fighting condition. Someone does go for the high ground challenge.
You have a player up above, and you still have one falling in, which you can hear that.
Yeah. I think that's what the player. So this player above Hornet knows that Hornet's down below, but like you said, he heard the glider redeploy. It's a very distinct sound, so he's probably just trying to keep himself safe. Hornet's trying to get aggressive here. He wants this elimination. Okay.
Big play.
All right.
Smart play there.
Good.
At that point, he was getting shot at from above. He was potentially challenging a player that he was not going to be able to beat. Player behind gets caught in their own edit, goes for the pyramid play and can't get Hornet. Instead, Gal pays the price themselves to get up that first elimination. 14 players left from the top 15 now for that second placement.
Oh, God.
Inside a box. Finds a player inside. CWV goes down. One more push rotation on the outside. Poach in your feed eliminated as well.
Oh, there's
Inside.
players all around Lupo.
Right underneath another player. They're holding it down. Trying to reset the ramp underneath. Can't get it 3 times. Gonna have to melee their way through.
Oh.
Very tense situation here. Smacked in your feed. Picking up an Elim. We're down to the top 9. Hornet on 36.
Oh my
86
God!
HP. 3 Elims now for Hornet. A big reactive shot there to stay in this game. A chance for minis. Has 2 ARs. Not a big deal there, but the combat shotgun going to come in big late game. Looking for headshots. Looking for angles from underneath. Hornet pushing forward, 66 builds left. Severe, the ultimate high ground. Players sandwiched in the middle. You hate to see somebody go down and not make it to the top 5, but here it is as the last set of placement points go out for everybody left alive. Severe, Shadow, Midcool, Midas, and Hornet, the ultimate low ground. Trying to pop a med kit there. Going to be able to get it off. Going to have to push through this wall. But stay inside. Last second. That might be enough. Coming in from underneath, you see Shadow in the ultimate high ground, popping those minis. There's a natural campfire. He could hit it real quick. He doesn't.
Okay.
No chance for a take, but he finds Shadow and gets the elimination, the victory royale, and a cool little dance move to top it off. Well played, Hornet.
That's the dance I know how to do, sort of. Bro, that was great. So much happened. Like
a lot happened in the last second.
Like technical skill-wise, game sense-wise, knowing how to like get players to do what you want them to do.
Hornet's heads up flick while rotating in the last second to stay alive.
Yes.
Was huge.
Against Smacked?
And
that was insane. Literally jumped over his head,
boom.
180 flicked him.
Made his way the rest of the way in. Well played there.
And you got to think too, that's going to affect Smack's potential leaderboard setup, right? Maybe that shuts him down, and maybe that could have been his last game. We don't know how that's going to affect the standings until we take a look later on. Don't forget, there's only the 6 spots here.
Listen, at least Golden Boy.
That was insane.
At least Golden Boy is not here to call him smoke, is all I'm saying. JDW in your feed, picking off Complexity's Macwood. 46 players now. That's a very early elimination for the player from Complexity. Sentinel's Animals, 0 eliminations, 63 builds. Some minis, some Shadow. We're starting to see a trend. Let me just put this out there, and you let me know if you agree or not.
All right.
Consistency across the board for loadouts is typically combat shotgun, an AR of some sort,
right?
1 or 2 mobility items and a heal. And
yes.
if it's not 2 mobility items, it's only 1. I would say potentially 2 heals, and then the last utility slot, if it's not 2 heals, you could say is a heavy sniper or flintlock.
Yes. So typically
like
we're
every
seeing
single loadout.
Pretty much exactly that. So it's either going to be 2, like let's say it's like a rift, some kind of mobility, 2 heals. Sometimes we see people, even if they're lucky to find them along the game, we've seen people with like 6 half shields, right?
Oh yeah.
2 whole slots dedicated to 3 half shields apiece, and then you're like, oh, this guy just wants to fight the whole time.
And if you have a loadout that is consistently showing top performance, players are going to favor it. That's something to take note of if you're trying to step your own game up. Maybe you're not going to make it to this World Cup, but I guarantee you there's going to be events from Epic for Fortnite in the future. This ain't the end, believe me. And so learning those kind of setups and watching how the meta changes as the game evolves. I mean, we're getting updates that change things weekly. So you have players every single time that they're, and this has been, at this point, y'all, if you have not accepted that that is Fortnite, you need to just accept that that's Fortnite. Now, let's all finally settle and say, yes, it is a game that includes an evolution of meta constantly, which means the players are constantly being pushed to try and figure out how to play the next setup the best. And that's good. You want that, because I'm gonna be very honest with you. From a spectator side, I feel like potentially a level of staleness would happen if you're like, all right, we're back to a pump shotgun and an SMG to swap to, pump shotgun, SMG to swap to. I feel like the combat shotgun has created more opportunities for back-to-back-to-back eliminations. You see Fiber going down there to Animal. It's just a situation where the game is trying to evolve in a way that makes it more representative of higher skill players and less representative of this guy is really good at the one thing all the time. You want to see people that can do it all.
Right.
You want the jack of all trades players to shine, because they're the ones that have really put in a crazy amount of effort. They have skill, the knowledge to pick up everything about the game that they can as it changes. Sorry, I'm so long-winded about this. I'm very passionate about competitive Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's become such a big piece of what I do and what you do, especially you. I mean, you've been around for a long time.
Just about the beginning. Just about.
Exactly. And so it's like, it's just one of those things I want to see the game evolve and grow in a healthy way. And I know there's some people that are not happy with how the game is now, but you have to at least admit, those people have to at least admit that they're happy with the way that, I mean, an esport has continued to evolve. It has. It's undeniable.
Yeah, sure. And maybe just like expand upon that just a little bit more. Fortnite is an ever-evolving game. And it is a battle royale, and there is some kind of randomness involved in that, right? Like you land in a POI, and there's some form of random.
Well, you can harness that.
Correct, and it's why these players excel is because they can minimize that randomness factor, right? Like you said, their consistency. What can they do to minimize that randomness and give them an edge, which then propels them forward and continues moving forward? Unknown, great example. He knows what he does best. His rifling skills, his combat skills, his long-range shots. He's in a great position to do this, right? He didn't just land on this loadout. He worked for this loadout. He said, where do I need to go? When do I need to fight? Do I need to fight now?
To get it?
Exactly. There's so much. Like, on the surface, Fortnite may seem like, I guess, borderline one-dimensional, kind of, but there's actually so much depth to the game.
I wouldn't even say on the surface it seems that way. You've got building and shooting and strategic positioning.
Yeah,
there's a lot to it.
Elevation, game changes, what you land with, how you're feeling on the day, what your skills are like, where you've spent your time. Have you done your shooting practice? Have you gone into playgrounds before then to practice up your building skills? There's so much. This is why I love Fortnite, dude. You're gonna make me nerd out, and we're gonna have long conversations about this.
This has been Deep Thoughts with Lupo and Zeke. Meanwhile, top 5 situation. My apologies for all that. Unknown from KNG with 6 eliminations. 19 builds. That Rift may or may not come into use here. It'll be tough to know just yet. TJ, the ultimate low ground. We're already in the top 3. The swap there, Baltic, Dylan, Glow Navy going down outside in the storm. Unknown dropping in and challenging Jayfree, but he actually gets dropped all the way to the bottom. Stuck top to bottom of TJ.
Oh my!
Box, the traps.
Oh my gosh, he completely shuts down Jayfree. But look at the health difference. If he's not careful, dude, and they spend time in the storm, Jayfree has health advantage. He's got to be really careful how he approaches this.
The slurp, though, Unknown could potentially pop it. Should here momentarily, I almost anticipate. Here we go.
Do you think he just waits for him to drop down and try and rips him and hopes that the slurp is enough to tick him over?
We'll see. Moving with the storm, Jayfree in the ultimate high.
He's still ticking
13. Up. No builds for Unknown. He's going to have to... Yep, there we go. The shots. Combat shotgun from underneath. Can't quite connect.
20.
Does not tick out to the storm. Instead, finds a shot on Jayfree. The celebratory rift to go into the sky. Unknown, well played. No builds left. No problem.
Bro, that was absolutely insane. Sundown, Monster D-Face. Was that not just the craziest end to that game?
That ending was absolutely absurd. Nice celebratory rift there from the controller lord KNG. Unknown. Well done to get the victory royale there. But not only was it a fantastic finish to that match, that is it from NA East. It's done. All the matches are played. The standings are final, and Monster and I are going to break them down.
Dude, Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? OMG, boys. So first off, Clix qualified. Right?
Top 3 spots.
Scratch
Again,
them out.
we've talked about the sharing before. Clix, Clarity, and then KNG's Unknown in the last one will take those top 3 spots. But 6 spots are still up for grabs, and you'll see the next 6 fill them out. So congratulations, Cosmic, Tuzi, Legidian, Aspect, Hornet, and Creo. I'm telling you, that had to be the most nerve-wracking final hour for Aspect. We saw him finish on 60 points. He was in 2nd place. These last 4 right here, from Aspect to Fernando, were all at 60 points. Aspect had the 2 victory royales that pushed him up into 7th. Hornet had 1 that pushed him up into 8th. Creo had 0. Fernando had 0. The difference, average eliminations, average points, all of them average placement. Creo owned all the tiebreakers. He had all of them afterward, was slightly ahead, 3.8 to 2.8, 18 to 3.6, and the average point 7.5 to 6.0. Talk about every interaction mattering. Well, all the tiny little ones and the differences add up. Congratulations to all 6 of you, the final ones joining us at the Fortnite World Cup final from NA East. But now I think it's time to punch tickets.
Absolutely is, and there it is. That's 1.
Cosmic up there on the board in
That's
first.
2.
Tuzi in second. Go ahead, Monster. You can
I'll
grab
get
that
this
one.
guy too right here, man. Legidian, you made it.
Aspect as well. That must have been. Oh wait, it's Lupo. We've been over this before.
You sure you want to? Are you feel? Okay. This guy, man.
He tried his best. It's all right. They talk about his snipes, but not about his ability to punch tickets. Creo in the last spot. Lazarus will have a member at the Fortnite World Cup final. Again, congratulations. But you can see out of the 19 spots up here, only 17 have been filled. We have 2 more for you coming out of NA West. But for now, we're going to go on a quick, well, not so quick. We're gonna go on a 30-minute break in between the regions. Go walk your dog, get some water, get a nice little meal in you, because when we come back, the rest of the NA West matches in the final 2 spots will be punched for the solos competition to the Fortnite World Cup final. We'll be right back.